Well, officials at the Bahamians Power and Light continue to sustain its power generation throughout New Providence after experiencing a myriad of challenges over the past several weeks, resulting in load shedding. Well, B.P.L CEO Whitney Hasty gave our Cleopatra Murphy this update.
As Bahamas Power and Light tries to keep up with increased power demands this summer, B.P.L CEO Whitney Hasty says the electricity provider has relied more heavily on its large corporate clients like hotel properties through its self-generation program to lighten its load. Hasty says the program initially started around 2011, but with the company's recent generation challenges, it has been useful.
It's a program that we would have used. Certainly we're using it in a more comprehensive way this year because of the shortfall we have in generation, and certainly we've sort of made sure that we can meet the needs of those who don't have generation by asking those who can self-generate to provide their own generation.
The power company has had its share of challenges this summer, meeting the island's electricity needs, as the months of June and July saw the capital plagued with numerous power outages as B.P.L turned to load shedding to keep up with power generation needs, particularly after the loss of 2 of its generators. Hasty says B.P.L turned to some of the premier hotels as partners due to their size and capacity for generation.
Typically over what we call 1 MVA, let's call it for simplicity terms 1 megawatt. Right, so you're looking at large installations like Bahama, Atlantis, Malia, Breezes, Sandals. These are all hotels that have in excess of 1 megawatt of rental, or not rental, of their own generation, that they can actually start up and run and carry the entire resort. And so those are the top tier of entities that we look to help us out in.
Hasty says properties like Bahama in particular have been very supportive of the program, helping B.P.L to forward energy to business and residential areas, which minimized load shedding exercises. The B.P.L CEO says there is no reciprocal arrangement in place.
They realize that they've got a business to run and that they need to be able to meet the shortfall should the electricity supply fall. Okay, and so because they would have this, and the fact that they would go ahead and pay B.P.L for services rendered when we had not rendering services, obviously they're not paying.
Hasty says B.P.L currently has 115 megawatts of rental generation, with peak generation demands in the range of 250 megawatts this summer. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.